Hey, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo están todos? Bienvenidos aquí a un nuevo Hora Prima. Hoy tenemos un programa muy especial. ¿Dónde estoy? Se preguntarán. Estoy acá en el corazón de MTV, Estados Unidos. Como podrán ver atrás, la ciudad de Nueva York. Estamos aquí en MTV y vamos a tener un día bastante especial, una edición especial. Vamos a estar hablando con una de las bandas que tuvo así su gran presencia en los 80s y ahora en 1998, siguieron todos los 90s también, pero ahora en 98 regresan con una especie de reencarnación. Sí, es una reencarnación. La reencarnación de Van Halen. Tiene un nuevo cantante, Gary Cherone. Vamos a estar hablando con él. Vamos a estar hablando con Mike Anthony. Vamos a estar hablando con Alex Van Halen y Eddie Van Halen. Así que quédense por ahí. Hey, you, wake up, get yourself together. Question is for Alex. What made you decide to work with? What was it that first made you decide to work with Gary and realize that you have to work with him?
How short of an answer would you like, or how long? It was a difficult time for us to find someone who we could make music with, and we had a lot of phone calls, a lot of suggestions, but sometimes in life things happen by chance. Call it fate, call it whatever you like. We had made music with a couple of different people, but the chemistry wasn't right. And then we met Gary, and we weren't really familiar with his previous work.
You weren't?
No, not really, but I did know.
It's all right, I wasn't either.
Like Van Halen?
But
no, extreme.
Oh, okay. I see.
But it didn't take long. One of the first things we did, rather than talk too much and drink too much coffee, was just to go in the studio and play, because that's what we do. That's to make music together. And we played a few songs from the Roth era and a few songs from the Hagar era. And then we sat down and wrote a song. And it was the first one that has been released. It was Without You.
So how did you deal with all this controversy, during this recording process?
Well, as any human being, there's a side of you that wants to just stand up and say, look, these people who are telling these things are full of crap. But then you find out that it's of no consequence. So the best thing is to just go about your business and do what you do best, which is to make music. It's kind of like a hurricane. We're in the eye of the storm. To us, there's a point where you can just withdraw into your own space and do what makes you happy. I think you have a mind, and you can fill your head with any thoughts you'd like. And the thoughts that I don't want in my head, I don't let them in. And 99%, I'm pretty much capable of doing that. It's that one time. But that's really the key, because you can't defend, you can't counter, you can't, when somebody says something negative about you, it's not, it's of no consequence, really.
And it's like, there is a lot of people talking around. I feel like there is a lot
That's
of
a good
things.
thing.
It is a good thing.
That's
So
one
now-
thing with Van Halen, whether good things are happening in the band or bad things, people are always talking about them because they've touched so many people over the years, and it's great to be a part of it.
And so what was your first reaction when they told you,
They never told me.
How was that?
They still haven't told me.
He was only supposed to stay for a week.
Oh, okay.
I lost my plane ticket. They believe it.
Talking about, your role in Extreme, and you said that you didn't like the match, or you said
Oh, I
something
loved
like
Extreme.
That. What did you say before you? Well, I don't know.
Oh,
I said that you said that you
That was
weren't
a
very.
joke.
Okay. So what is your role? Here in Van Halen, comparing with your role in Extreme.
Extreme was very much a band, and I was 1/4 of that band. Towards the end, it kind of got segregated. People had their own agendas, and it just, it played out its course. 10, 11 years. That's not bad for a rock and roll band. And when that ended, like Alex said, whether it's fate or chance or right time at right place, and right circumstances, I came over to LA, and it worked out. We wrote a record, and now we're going to tour it.
And what do you think that he's bringing to the band?
I think it's a genuine.
I'm a great cook.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you think about singing old Van Halen songs? No, that was your idea in a way.
Actually, excited about it. I took it. I assumed that's what I was going to do. You know, once we were recording the record and things were in place, and I was in the band officially, or whatever you want to call it. We started thinking about the tour and what we're going to do, and they told me put a list together. So I put a list together.
So what are your favorite songs from the old collection?
There's a lot of great songs we're doing now.
What are the songs that you want to maybe?
Mean Street, I'm the One, Romeo Delight, Dance the Night Away. We're going to work up Somebody Get Me a Doctor, and it's endless. Those are great records.
And so let's talk about this album. No, you produced this album.
I did?
You. I think
Mike Post.
No, with Mike Post. No.
I thought there was a typo somewhere.
I thought that you produced it with Mike Post.
Yes, I did.
Okay, Mike
yeah.
Post produced this album.
Well, he actually, technically I would call him executive producer.
Yeah.
Producer is
okay.
it's a very great term. It means anybody from babysitter to co-writer to singer, performer. It can be a number of different things.
So you work
And
all
this-
together, basically.
Yeah, but he was more of a, he was a little bit more removed and gave the band, Ed in particular, more room to breathe. You know, this record really is, I'd say at least 50% Ed really being able to develop his ideas the way he wanted to before somebody stopped him.
What were his ideas?
Sorry?
What were his ideas?
What were his ideas?
Oh, what were his ideas?
That's on the record.
Yeah, it's on the record. You know, it's so hard to describe music in words, but just in broad brushstrokes, songs like Once, or the closing song,
How Many Say
I.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times people have a preconceived idea of how a record should be or sound, or what kind of music the band should make. But if you don't let an idea develop, and you know, at least get 50 or 60 or 70% there, if you stop it before it even gets its own steam going, then I think you're really selling the idea short.
Did he work with other bands before? Did he produce?
I
Because I know that
better
he's.
than I do.
Yeah, not recently. He had a little bit of a rock and roll history earlier on in the 70s,
He
but
did
then
a
he
lot
went
of-
into TV.
He did a lot of TV.
Right.
I think he did.
He didn't like working with other people.
He didn't.
He
Yeah,
did-
he didn't like working with rock and
18
roll people.
Opening show, no? The 18 song.
Yeah, the 18
He did a
Rockford
lot of
Files,
things.
LA
bunch
Law.
of stuff. LA Law.
And you said
Doogie
Doogie
Howser.
Howser, is that true?
I think he did. Yeah, I asked him.
So
I
wait,
like Doogie Howser. Well, the theme. I want to clarify.
A near riot on the Sunset Strip today as fans of Van Halen
Van Halen.
Van Halen
Van Halen.
Van Halen
Van Halen.
Van Halen gathered at the Whiskey to celebrate the anniversary of the band's first appearance. That was 15 years ago.
what did you decided to call it Van Halen 3?
Why did we decide to call that?
It's an obvious.
Well, no, it's
There's some obvious.
There's the obvious reason. That's the third incarnation of the band. And you know, on the joking side, we never had a Van Halen 3. We had the first one, then we had Van Halen 2, but never a 3.
And it seemed funny.
So yeah. And you know, again, I think it's we take our music very seriously, but we don't take ourselves seriously.
And we take our
Yeah,
comedy seriously.
Yeah, right.
It's very important.
Yeah.
Timing
You know,
is everything.
yeah, a little sense of humor. It's it just seemed appropriate. It's very simple to remember. Van Halen 3.
So what was it that first made you realize, you know, that you wanted to work with Gary Cherone?
When he showed up?
Yeah, when you saw him the first
Yeah,
time?
it was just, you know, there was no question about his talent or anything. It wasn't really an audition. It was just, you know, being in a band together. It's like a marriage. Like being married. You know,
spent a lot of
With
time
fire,
together, and
with-
so
And so
Bunch of men.
the point I'm getting
well,
at.
not that kind of marriage.
No. We don't have kids or nothing, except the music is our kids actually.
You can't have it.
No, but each song is like one of
Yeah.
our kids, you know. But our main concern was, you know, can we live with the guy? Is he a nice guy? And I just picked up on his vibe right away. When he hopped out of the car, within 5 minutes, I knew he was the right guy.
That was a rumor, because there is a lot of rumors, controversy around.
Well, that's exactly what they are, rumors.
There's rumors. That's the wonderful world of the internet.
So tell me, how did you deal with that, during this recording process, with all the controversy and all the things around the, the band?
Well, there's no controversy within us,
And
so
everybody
it's
talking
all
and talking
it's
and
all
talking,
on the
and
out.
people like,
Yeah, I mean,
It's
all
all on
the
the
what's
outside,
going
and
on.
it's like because we really don't talk much, people just make up stuff.
Yeah, and people, I'm sure, some people, I'm sure, we're from Latin America, want to know, how's the relation now with, David Lee Roth? How's everything?
There is none.
Yeah.
I actually, kind of feel bad for the guy. He just, I don't know, his reality is not the same as
Yeah,
ours.
we basically thought that he had changed when we invited him to do a couple of new songs for the best of, and it was just it didn't take long to realize why it didn't work the first time or why he left the band the first time.
Yeah, and he quit, and I don't know, it's like, you'd have to ask him. I really don't know what goes on in his mind. But it definitely, just little snippets of things I've heard. None of us were there when that happened. So he lives in his own little reality, and if he truly believes that, then fine too, but it isn't what really happened.
And with Sammy Hagar,
Sammy Hagar quit.
so
He stopped being a team player. And when you're in a band, you have to be open to, it's a democracy, so to speak. And with him, it started to become, during the Twister project, for the movie. He was told by the director, do not write about tornadoes.
Plus
He shows up, quote unquote, sky's turning black, nothing's turning white, headed for the hot zone. I start laughing. I thought he was joking. I really thought he was joking.
Plus the fact
he
that we
meant
were.
it. I'm going, come on, Jan DeBond told you do not write around about tornadoes, and we told you too. So I came up with the
Plus
title
the fact
Humans
that we
Being
were
real quick.
we were recording the music at home, and he was in
Oh, we had
Hawaii.
the
and
tracks
wanted to
done for 6 weeks.
sing there, and it was
Yeah.
like, come on, it's a band, it's all four of us together.
And then he said, well, my wife, she's pregnant. Yeah, but you're having a baby in California. So what's that got to do with anything? I don't know. Basically, I think he wanted to be lead singer of Van Halen and also be a solo artist. Well, you can't do both. You need 200% of your energy focused on Van Halen, period.
And now he has planned. Well, you have planned to sing old songs from Van Halen.
We just told
How many songs? Or how much?
I think it depends on where we are, where we go. Like in Australia, New Zealand, places we haven't been in 20 years, we'll probably do, kind of a best of, something off everything. Whereas in America, we'll probably concentrate more on the new record.
Well, we have learned rehearsed up a lot of the early stuff, so we can kind of rotate it off from night to night. One night we'll play one, and the next night maybe we'll play a
Whatever
different
song
one.
we remember that night.
Yeah, whatever one Gary starts singing.
Yeah. I mean, gotta follow whoever starts the song. Maybe I'll beat him to it.
So do you have plans to go to Latin America?
Yeah, right now
It's in the works.
Yeah.
So far, we're starting in New Zealand. April 10th is our first show. Then Tasmania, then Australia. Then we come back to LA to do another video. Then we're doing 7 shows.
Yeah.
7 to 10 shows on the East Coast. Then
Over to
straight
Europe.
to Europe to do some festivals. And then back to the US for about 3 months. Then Japan in October. And after that.
Our manager's been talking. They're putting.
It's not etched in stone yet.
Yeah.
That the business people are still haggling or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what it takes. But we want to come.
Yeah.
Last time we were there was '83.
Y este es el disco de Van Halen 3, así se llama. No se los mostré en todo el programa, aquí está, lo pueden ver. Me despido de todos ustedes. Lo que ven atrás es la ciudad de Nueva York, no toda la ciudad, por supuesto, una parte de la ciudad de Nueva York, una cuadra, creo que un edificio nada más. Me despido de todos ustedes, esto fue Hora Prima, nos vemos la semana que viene.